I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to. Da-na-na-na-na.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Shirley Crawford, the owner of Second Chance Consulting and the executive director of the Women's Business Center, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn, welcoming you to another episode of WorkHARDAholics. For those of you who don't know what a WorkHARDAholic is, no worries. I made the turn up. Or as they would say, I coined the term. So let me tell you exactly what it means. A workaholic is someone who is always doing something. We're not resting on our laurels. We're not waiting for the world to come by and do something for us. We're out here making things happen in the world. But recognizing that we do more than the average bear, we also make sure that we're highly productive and that we live in balance. So we're taking care of our minds, our bodies, our spirits, and ourselves so that we can be the best workaholic that you could ever meet. All right, on that note, I'm going to start where I always love to start, with our word for the week. So today, for me, when you watch this, I don't know what it is. But for me, today, right now, it is another Sunday afternoon. I'm here in my office, and it's March 1st. And March is Women's History Month. If you didn't know, now you know. And so, with that in mind, and it's also leap year. So yesterday was the 366th day of the year, or being added in, to make 366 days for this year. So a really special time all around. So with that in mind, really thinking about Women's History Month, like here at the center, we have all kinds of things happening, all kinds of events happening. This week in particular, I'm pretty busy. And so I was really thinking about the term suffragette, right? So a suffragette is, now we'd say it's a female activist. So someone who's working for women's rights, which was previously called suffrage. But here's the interesting thing. So originally, and this is why words are important. So originally, if someone was advocating for women's rights, which now we go, duh, considering that Virginia just ratified the Equal Rights Amendment, maybe it's not such a duh. Don't know. But either way, back in the early 1900s, when people were first advocating for women's rights, they were called suffragists, ISTS. That can be male or female. And then the ETTE was added on because back then it was considered how you would say that something was wee or petite or minor, was added on to describe what they called militant, hysterical agitators. That's what they call them. Because they stormed Parliament. So this is beyond the United States. This is actually in the UK. They stormed Parliament and they broke windows and they were really strongly and physically advocating for women's rights. So in their attempt to try to find a phrase to coin for them, they called them suffragettes. And so now at this point, eventually the term got adopted into the women's rights movement. And so it's like other terms that I won't mention, that the parties that they're speaking about try to take the term and own it. So that's what happened with suffragette. And so in terms of thinking about that, it also made me think in business terms. Did you see that transition coming in? Because here it is. About disruptors, right? So disruption is like a really big term right now. I haven't been hearing it as much recently, but it's like a thing. It's a real big thing. Like, are you a disruptor? Are you changing the industry? Are you changing the field? And so with that in mind, that kind of took me to even thinking about our time, tool, technique for the week. I think I really like saying that. Time, tool, technique for the week. I think it's the alliteration that I like. And so that made me think about some techniques for you to be able to engage and participate in creative disruption is what it's called, right? So creative disruption means basically you're dismantling your business model. So you're basically looking to see all of the things that make your business happen, and then in the end, how it could be improved before some other startup joins in and tries to take over your industry. You kind of do it for yourself. And so I wanted to share one of the techniques for creative disruption. There are other terminologies out there, but this is the one in particular that I want to talk about. And so Peter Fisk, I'm going to talk about his book because he is a book at moment for this week. So one of his tools for disruption is to give away the core product that you have. Give it away for free. And so if you gave it away for free, then what other way could you creatively find to make money? And so he actually uses the example of like Spotify, right? So Spotify gives away all this music for free, although I have a paid account. So then the question becomes, how do you get people like me or you up there who are to pay for an account when they can get the music for free already? Like, how can you make money if the core product is free? They also use the example of Skype, right? So once again, same with Skype. You can make a Skype video conference like right now, but they still have like these paid options. So the idea, if the real core product is free, how do you make money? So for your technique for this week, your time tool technique for this week, I'd love for you to consider in your business, in your industry, if the thing that you make the most money on, if the thing that's the heart of your industry were free, then how would you make money? And it's not that far-fetched because there's so many technologies that are coming along that are making the thing that you do redundant. So if that's the case, then what's the next step? Figure it out, and you could be the one making the money to see it happen. Or if you don't want to wait for me, then let's think about our bucket for this week. And so it's a book called Game Changers. It's by Peter Fisk. And so the whole point of the book is, what can you learn from the world's number one disruptive businesses, companies, corporations, brands, and organizations. And so if you're looking at these other examples, like I said, Skype, Zipcar, Spotify. If you're looking at these examples of companies that have been great disruptors, what can you learn from them? So I even look. So I have a personal attachment to this one. So I think about, even as I look at how a mega corporation like Circuit City. How a mega corporation like Circuit City allowed Best Buy to get in, right? And because Best Buy disrupted the industry so much that Circuit City is now gone. They're a thing of the past. Or you think about the other options like Redbox compared to what used to be brick and mortar Blockbusters, right? All these kinds of things. So that's all part of the disruption game that you can be a part of, but you have to start by, you kind of go in and do the surgery on your own company to figure out how you can disrupt your own industry and thereby gain more of the industry. Okay, so that's what the disruption is, and that's also the book. So Game Changers, Peter Fisk. And that actually takes me to, I feel like I'm being very efficient today. Woo, check that out. That takes me to our work hard, play harder moment. So as I said, today it's March 1st for me. So yesterday was February 29th. You don't get too many of those. You get one of those every 4 years. So some of you, I laugh because your birthday was yesterday. Some of you are just 4 years old, or 5, or 6, or 7. I just think that's the neatest thing in the whole wide world. That you have a birth date that kind of disappears. Stay young forever. So I really took it to heart that I was being given an extra 24 hours. And I hope you did too. And so the question that I asked, like on everything, I said everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, I'm still asking, what did you do with it? You got an extra 24 hours. We're always complaining that we don't have enough time. Well, you were given an extra day, an extra 24 hours. Did you just take it for granted? What did you do with it? And so for me, I have an event coming up this week on Friday. The center is up for the NBL Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And so it's a big gala. It's at the John Marshall Ballroom. I tell you to get a ticket, but they're all sold out. And so we're very excited about that. And we have an event for collaboration with the Women's Business Center. We have an event on Tuesday for the Unsung Shero Awards, where women are nominated throughout the state of Virginia, just for whatever they've done, be it the CEO of their household, the CEO of a Fortune 500, for their contribution. And so they're nominated, a group determines who the finalists will be, and then on Tuesday we'll award them and have a lovely program celebrating and honoring them. And so yesterday but I kept going, hey, you got 24 hours, go make them happen. Go make them useful, go make them count. So I hope you made yours count. I also hope that you will live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ooh, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. You get the point. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Bye-bye.
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.